Have you ever noticed that when you set your eyes on a specific car, that all of a sudden you see that car everywhere? Same thing happens when you hear a word and the word catches your attention. All of a sudden that word is everywhere. Narcissism seems to be one of those words that I'm seeing everywhere. And the interesting thing is that a few days ago, I actually was having a conversation with a young lady, and she said, you know, if people didn't know you, they'd probably think you were a narcissist. And I started thinking about that, and I thought, you know, I can see where that could be. And as she said that, I kind of had to laugh, and I realized, yeah, it's kind of true. However, there is a difference between a person who is a narcissist unto themselves and a person who is a divine narcissist. And I like to try to be the latter. So, a divine narcissist, according to Derek Rydall, is someone who recognizes that they are divine, that their world revolves around them, and that they are responsible for their world and everything happens according to their design. I fully believe that. Now, the difference between someone who fits into that and the worldly narcissist, I believe, is that the worldly narcissist is there for protection, and it is all about them to the exclusion of everyone else in the world. Whereas a divine narcissist is someone who is all about them to the inclusion of the entire world. So this whole radical responsibility becomes the doorway to divine narcissism. So if indeed it is all about me, everything happens to me, for me, through me, and I am the one responsible for every single experience that happens in my life, everything that breaks, everything that fixes, every red light, every yellow light, every green light, every mean person that comes to me, every nice person that comes to me, every opportunity, every lack of opportunity. If all of that is about me and where I'm sitting, then I need to look and say, okay, how do I create the situation where the best shows up? And when the best doesn't show up, how do I look at that without judgment? And that is the hard thing. When things aren't going right, as you start to see this radical responsibility, it's easy to start getting down on yourself and say, oh, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What's going on? Why can't I get this right? And it's easy to get into victim mode when you're taking radical responsibility, which is almost an oxymoron, because when you're taking radical responsibility, you are supposed to be empowered to the point that you recognize that you are the creator of your own life. And if you are the creator of your own life, you can't be a victim. So, the question is, how do I have something bad happen to me without getting into the victim mode if I'm the one who made it happen? And the answer is to look at what happened, see how it made you feel, and then ask, what is the lesson in this? What do I need to learn to be able to break this pattern, if it's a pattern that you're noticing? Or what is there about myself that I can love, recognize, honor, so that I can resolve this, embrace this, and become more of who I am? Because the one thing that is the most important thing to recognize is that we need all of the black, we need all of the white, we need all of the light and all of the shadows. We cannot be complete without the entire spectrum. So when you catch yourself feeling like the darkness has a hold of you, don't chase it away. Don't run from it. Embrace it. Welcome it. Ask him what you can learn from it. And then internalize it. Think it. Integrate it. And make it part of your life. I'm April Davis.